Yeah, what's good, fam? What's the deal? It's your boy, Jahudi Ma'at. I got a little free time on my hands. Oh, shit. Turn that down. I got a little free time on my hands, so, I decided to go live. Been neglecting my channel because of my other groups. We got a lot going on. It's Seshu, Monty Medu Netra group. We doing our thing. And, of course, New Black Knowledge. We over there doing our thing. So, you know, my time isn't what it used to be. Hold on. Let me mute that. All right. Yo, share this show to the any Aboriginal groups you know. It's Shoot Your Shot Friday. So, you get a chance to shoot your shot. I'm gonna go through a little bit of information, you know. Peace Soup Bone. What's going on? Has a dish it, peace. Eileen Randall, Stoic One, peace, my brother or sister. I don't know if you're male or female. But yeah, we're gonna get in a little bit of information. Share the show to any Native American internet Indians you might know. We'll let them get on, present the information. I don't know how they can present it because they don't really got any any evidence or nothing. That's why I'm doing this. Also, we got a lot of people that follow these internet personalities that's running from being African, but they never have any evidence to back their claims up. It's a long narrative, dealing with emotional things, but we want to see some evidence. I'm gonna get into some of the evidence that they yeah, Chief Running Man, that they present to the people. People be eating this stuff up too, man. We got a lot of work to do, y'all. This is crazy. If you want the link, let me know. You can come on in. Revolutionary Visions, peace. What up? So, if you subscribe to our new Black Knowledge channel, which everybody should, you'll see the last video we put up. We did 2 lives. Um, so this Aboriginal thing is really dead to most of us that have some information or that follow the information, go where the evidence takes them. It's dead. We done killed all their claims, but they're resilient. I give them that because YouTube. Anybody, you be anything you want on YouTube. Anybody could be a teacher, get live and do something. But when it's time to read the material, that's what separates the boys from the men, the ladies from the girls. This thing takes work, and not just the Aboriginals, but other Hebrews, those that follow Kemet or act like they follow Kemet. Because we got a lot of people with Kemetic names or Kemeti names. They don't know the first thing about Kemet, yo. Just what they see on YouTube. No work put in. Don't read no papyruses. Don't even probably go to Wikipedia and find information out. They just watch videos and get their information. You know? So yeah. I'm gonna just get in some of their claims. A lot of these Aboriginal internet Indians, they like to quote Christopher Columbus and other explorers, European explorers, of what they seen, how they describe the natives. So I'm gonna get into that information. See, they like to pick and choose what information they want to use. Nah, you got to go through all the material. Don't just pick one little description they put of a Native American and act like that's the end all be all. It's more to it than that. You got to go through all of it. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna go through the things in these letters that they don't pinpoint and share to the people they trying to, I guess, indoctrinate with their information. Yeah, how many of y'all been watching? I've been I've been catching a lot of crazy stuff on YouTube, man. What's going on with the brother Soleiman? I guess him and Lex uh Vortex done hooked up and they doing their little thing. I guess to go back at Garfield for doing his Dan Calloway run reruns of every day. So them brothers be talking crazy in there. That's a scary place, man. Yo, Freetown, think of peace. What up? Your solar mind done went off the rocker. Yo. They talking this conspiracy theory stuff about capitalism and all that. And I told them, man, all I hear is a bunch of crying. I don't hear no solutions or nothing. They're just crying about a system they can't excel in. So, but yeah, let me get back on topic. Matter of fact, it ain't no topic. This is just what's going on in Pseudoville. Any claims that y'all want to talk about, we could talk about. But yeah, let me get into this. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. We're gonna go through this. Hit the like button, share the show. You know how we do. Especially share it to any Aboriginal groups that you know of. I want them in here, yo. Yeah, right, Sue Bone. Lex and Solomon, they was together before what I think in the Black Radio. So you right. They just reunited. No doubt. So y'all see my screen? Press one if you can see my screen. We can get right into it. This is from the National Humanities Center Resource Toolbox. American Beginnings, the European Presence in North America from 1490 to 1690. All right, y'all see it. Y'all not even the ones that need this information, but I'm gonna put it out here. That's why I want the Aboriginal Internet Indians in here so they can see this and dispute this, because this is their go-to thing right here. Christopher Columbus saw natives and saw that they were Ethiopian looking or black looking. We're gonna go through all of that, yo. All right, let me scroll down here to get to where I want to be at. This was written in 1493 to the treasurer of Argonne, Louis D. Saint Angel, who had provided Castile Taino Indians his settlement La Navidad on the north coast of present-day Haiti. All right. Well, let me make sure I'm presenting this the right way. Hold on. Present to everyone. There you go. All right. Okay. So we're gonna see how Christopher Columbus describes the natives he's seen on the island of Hispaniola. But I want to go down to a certain place. I'll start reading from here. I'm not trying not to do too much reading, but I just want to hit some points. Uh, I heard from other Indians I had already taken that this land was an island and thus followed the eastern coast for 107 leagues until I came to the end of it. From the point I saw another isle to the eastern and 80 leagues, distance to which I gave the name of Hispaniola. And for those who don't know what Hispaniola is, that's just the Dominican Republic in Haiti, the island of the Dominican Republic in Haiti. Moving on, I went thither and followed its north. And he's just describing where he went right here. So I'm trying to get to some descriptions of the people he saw there. He's describing the landmass and all of that right now, and seeing that he has a country that he can give to Spain, I guess. Queen Elizabeth, who funded his voyage. Yeah, it's a marvel. Yeah, blah blah blah. Okay, now he's getting to the people right down here. All right. Where am I start at? Here we go. They have no iron, nor steel, nor weapons, nor are they fit for them, because although they are well-made men of commanding stature, they appear extraordinarily timid. Now you don't hear these descriptions of explorers, European explorers, when they came into Africa, of the people being timid. So these are the people that y'all want to act one from Africa, act like they not your people, and you want to adopt these people as your people, the timid ones that Christopher Columbus is describing them as being timid, and they wasn't even in the Iron Age yet. You know, Africa was well into the Iron Age at this point. You know, but let me continue on, yo. These is y'all people, man. The only arms, weapons they have are sticks of cane, cut when in seed with a sharpened stick at the end, and they are afraid to use these. Often I have sent 2 or 3 men ashore to some town to converse with them, and the natives came out in great numbers, and as soon as they saw our men arrive, fled without a moment's delay, although I protected them from all injury. So the way he describing these people, man, it was like deer, like in the caught in the headlights, you know? King Maya of Belize. Oh, we about to get into the Mayans too, bro. You saying these is non-Indians? Who are they? If they're not Indians, who are these people that Christopher Columbus saw? Let me know. And I will be sharing the link in a minute. So you can come in and explain all of that. All right, continuing on. At every point where I landed and succeeded in talking to them, I gave them some of everything I had, cloth and many other things, without receiving anything in return. But they are a hopelessly timid people. It is true that since they have gained more confidence and are losing this fear, they are so unsuspicious and so generous with what they possess that no one who had not seen it would believe it. They never refuse anything that is asked for. They even offer it themselves and show so much love that they would give their very hearts, whether it be anything of great or small value, with any trifle of whatever kind. They are satisfied. So basically, he's saying whatever they offer them, they can offer them garbage and they will trade them something good for or value for it or be happy with it. Okay. Whatever kind, oh yeah, I read that already. Okay, I forbade worthless things being given to them, such as bits of broken bowls, pieces of glass, and old straps, although they were as much pleased to get them as if they were the finest jewels in the world. Wow. So they was giving them straps and broken bowls, bits of pieces of glass just broken, and trading it with these Indians or Native Americans. Greg Dofar, what up? Black African Power fam, you know all day. All right, so that's crazy, man. These is y'all peoples though. Christopher Columbus goes on to say one sailor was found to have got for a leather strap gold of the weight of 2.5 castellanos and others for even more worthless things, much more. While for a new blancas, which is if you didn't take Spanish class, blancas is white. So while for new whites, they would give all they had, were it 2 or 3 castellanos of pure gold, or an arroba or two of spun cotton. Even bits of broken hoops of wine casks they accepted and gave in return what they had like fools, and it seemed wrong to me. I forbade it and gave 1,000 good and pretty things that I had to win their love and induce them to become Christians and to love and serve their highnesses and the whole Castilian nation and help to get us for things that they have in abundance, which are necessary to us. Wow. Christopher Columbus goes on to say, they have no religious nor, oh, that's in my way. Hold on. They have no religion nor idolatry except that they all believe power and goodness to be in heaven. They firmly believe that I, with my ships and men, came from heaven, and with this idea, I have been received everywhere since they lost fear of me. Wow. So they believe that Christopher Columbus and his men came from heaven. Wow. They saw these white men as people coming from heaven, yo. These your people. Dan Calloway, Chief Holiday, where you at, man? These your peoples right here, and you one of the main ones to use Christopher Columbus to say how we describe Native Americans. Now we got somebody in here saying the elbow people say Christopher Columbus never existed. Okay, right? They were like children, Stoic. They never seen somebody so pale before, or people so pale. So they worshiped them as they were gods or something. Um, Let me see what else I want to talk about. See, they even put that shit in highlights. They firmly believe that I, with my ships and men, came from heaven. That's crazy. So, here we have Christopher Columbus testimony of what he saw when he came to the Americas or the island of Hispaniola. So these ain't Indians, somebody said. I'm still waiting for them to say who they are. If they're not Indians, who are they? Soup bone. Hold on, but the Indians were supposed to be atheists. I don't know. Look like they must have had a white guy because they seen these white people and thought they was God. So let's get into somebody else's letter. That was Christopher Columbus. Now we're about to get into Giovanni di Verrazzano. Let's get into him and what he described. Those of us that are from the East Coast, New York area, you know about the Verrazzano Bridge and all of that. So we're about to get into this explore. Let me enlarge this so y'all can read along with me. Okay, this is a letter to King Francis I of France, July 8th, 1524, reporting on his voyage to the New World. And I'm gonna scroll down to where I wanna pinpoint and point out to y'all. I want to get to his descriptions of the natives he saw. No doubt, ABOS are one of the biggest conspiracy theorists of all time. They gotta be. That's one way they doctrine can survive because there's nothing backing up what they're saying. So they gotta add their narrative to it to make everything a conspiracy. All right. Let me scroll down to where I want to go. I don't know, I forgot who it was, but somebody used Verrazzano's description of the natives to say they were black. But what they didn't do was read the whole damn letter. That's what they get the information they want to pick and choose, and then they ignore the rest of it. Nah, we're not gonna do that here. We're gonna go through all of it. ETM Hotep, Ankh Uja Seneb Abeti, my brother Ini Herrick Kalfani, welcome in peace, no doubt, life, health, prosperity all day. All right, let me scroll down and see what they. Okay, here we go. Here's the description right here. He's kind of describing it a little the same way, like they was mad timid. Excuse me, y'all, for the little cough. I'm gonna start this paragraph. Seeing that the land continued to the south, so as not to meet with the Spaniards, we decided to turn and skirted towards the north. So, what y'all gotta understand, and what the Abos need to understand is, it was different people that came to explore America and get their piece of the slavery pie. You had the French; they were competing against each other. You had the French, you had Spain, Portugal, the Dutch, um, just many different European nations that were competing against each other. They wasn't friends like that. You even had pirates. There wasn't. They didn't even get any license to explore the New World, but they kidnapped Africans and brought them over here anyway for money. It's all about the money. But continuing on, we decided to turn and skirt toward the north where we found the land we had sighted earlier. So we anchored off the coast and sent the small boat into the land. We had seen many people coming to the seashore, but they fled when they saw us approaching. Now, my brother, any Harry Calfani can testament could be a testament to this. When you read literature or documents talking about how these explorers came to Africa, you won't hear nothing about them being timid. They could be by themselves and try to fight you off. They be yelling and screaming at the Europeans from the shore when they boats are coming in. So it wasn't no timidness going on in Africa, but y'all want to run from Africa and claim these people. So let's go. Um, Yeah, but they fled when they saw us approaching. Several times they stopped and turned around to look at us in a great wonderment. We assured them with various signs, and some of them came up showing great delight at seeing us and marveling at our clothes, appearance, and our whiteness. Wow, you see this shit? So this is another part in New York, in the New York area. These ain't we seen in Hispaniola, well, Haiti and Dominican Republic that they did the same thing, marveling at their whiteness. In Africa, they didn't marvel at your whiteness when the Europeans came over there, yo. They wasn't astonished. They might have been astonished, but they was like, "Who is these devils? Who is these crazy motherfuckers coming over here?" Pardon my language. So we see some similarities in these testimonies. Continuing on, they showed us by various signs we where we could most easily secure the boat. So they was trying to help them come to land and showing them the best place to dock their boat and offered us some of their food. We were on land, and I shall now tell your majesty briefly what we were able to learn of their life and customs. They go completely naked except that around their loins. They wear skins of small animals like martens, with a narrow belt of grass around the body, to which they tie various tails of other animals which hang down to the knees. The rest of the body is bare, and so is the head. Some of them wear garlands of birds' feathers. They are a dark in color. Let me highlight that for y'all. Because this is what the ABOS, internet Indians, like to quote right here. So here he says they are dark in color, not unlike the Ethiopians with thick black hair, not very long, tied behind their head like small tails. So the ABOS will read this, then stop reading the whole letter. They'll just probably highlight this and bring it back to their peoples. But we don't do that around here. We read the whole letter and we don't hide nothing. So you see how it showed that they described them as being dark skinned, not unlike the Ethiopians. But let's scroll down a little further, y'all. Let's see what else, how else they describe them. I think it's around here somewhere. Um, hmm. Let me read from right here. Whereupon the youth, realizing he was being carried away like this, was seized with terror and began to utter loud cries. They answered him in the language to show him he should not be afraid. Then they placed him on the ground in the sun at the foot of the small hill and made gestures of great admiration, looking at the whiteness of his flesh and examining him from head to foot. They took off his shirt and shoes and hose, leaving him naked, made with huge fire next to him. I guess this is the I guess the natives had one a little white boy or something. I'm not sure. Yeah. Placing him near the heat. When the sailors in the boat saw this, they were filled with terror. As always, when something new occurs and thought the people wanted to roast him for food. Damn. But that's not where I wanted to go anyway. I just read that, but that's crazy. I want to go a little. Okay, here we have again another description. Um, with the greatest kindness, they accompanied him to the sea, holding him close and embracing him. Pause. And then to reassure him, they withdrew a high hill and stood watching him until he was in the boat. The youth learned the following about these people. They are dark color They are dark in color like the other tribes. Their skin is very glossy. They are, excuse me, they are of medium height. Their faces are more clear cut, their body and limbs much more delicate and much less powerful, but they are more quick witted. He saw nothing else. All right, and that's another description of dark skinned Indians. But as you can see, they're doing a lookership thing, but no, there was no DNA back then. Skin folks ain't always kin folks. We know that now. Somebody please tell the ABOS. And we don't know to what degree how dark they were. And we know now we can see Mexicans, Polynesians, or wherever country you in or nation you in, we can see dark skin, especially those countries. Well, those countries that are close to the equator, tropical areas, you're gonna see dark skinned people no matter what. I'm sorry, I'm a little sick, y'all. Bear with me. All right, I'm trying to get to this other description. Then we're gonna get into another explorer or conqueror, European conqueror. Um, where was that? And this is Verrazzano, by the way, for those just coming in, if anybody did just come in. And we're reading his description of what he saw when he came to the Americas and how he saw the native people. Okay, here we go. Here we go. And they describe these people. They say the people were almost the same as the others, dressed in birds' feathers of various colors, and they came toward us joyfully, uttering loud cries of wonderment and showing us the safest place. I just read that, didn't I? They got that down here too for some reason. Hold on. I know it ain't that similar, yo. If this ain't the same paragraph, somebody was lying. Let me see. I got it saved. So, all right, here we go. Okay. Around the around the neck hung a wide chain decorated with many different colored stones. The young man was dressed in almost the same way. These people are the most beautiful and have the most civil customs that we have found on this voyage. They are taller than we are. They are a bronze, I guess it's the copper tone thing they get. They are a bronze color. Some tend to, here we go, some tending more toward whiteness, others to a tawny color. The face is clear cut, but that's what I wanted y'all to see. That's what I want the eyeballs to see right there. Some tending more toward whiteness. So that when you do the lookership thing, you can't tell, you can't say these is black people. And they varied in shades. That's the point. Some of them look white. So, the eyeballs would like to leave that part out. Before I move on to the next letter, I'm gonna check the chat real quick. Did somebody come in? I thought I heard something.
Yeah, that's me, brother. That's me.
Uh-oh. The pseudo killer has arrived. We got Rob Bourne in the building, but let me finish this real quick. Let me see who's in here in chat. My brother Chris Woods, yeah, MBK way all day. Greg Dofford, but none of that matters to them because their grandma told them they were Indian, so that's their primary source. Right, no doubt. Peace, tattooed African peace. Thanks for tuning in. Like I said, share the show, y'all. Hit the like button. If you're in any Aboriginal groups, please share this. I didn't even share it yet because I'm trying to set everything up. So I'm slipping today. I didn't even share this joint. Let me get into another one of these letters. This is from Hernan Cortez. Um, has a few letters he wrote. This is from the Historical Association, American Historical Association. Um, I'm thinking I should probably let me do this. Give y'all some background on Cortez before I go in. Before I read them letters, I'm gonna give y'all a little background. So let's look his page up real quick. Nah, don't be doing what you doing, son. Sharing my history and everything. All right, let's look my brother, not my brother, but this cracker up. Hernan Cortez. Let's get a little background on from Wikipedia. All right, and I don't want to hear no wiki jokes because at the bottom is the sources you can look references and all of that up. So depending on what you searching for on Wikipedia, it's not pseudo. The only problem is you can find ghost goblins and Casper and all of that shit on Wikipedia. The Irish pygmies and everything will be on Wikipedia. So you gotta check the sources out. But for a quick background of Hernan Cortez, um, December 2nd, 1547, was a Spanish conquistador who led an expedition that caused the fall of the Aztec Empire and brought large portions of what is now mainland Mexico under the rule of the King of Castile in the early 16th century. All right, and what else I want you to know about this dude? You don't gotta know too much about. I just know he was a Spanish conqueror. You know, that came to the Americas. I think he went to Hispaniola first. He had African slaves um to work sugar cane mills, plantations, whatever. And I think he was a governor somewhere in Hispaniola. Then he finally came to Mexico, which he wanted to do from the rip. But let me get into his letter. Where's this? Yeah, let me get into his letter. Okay. This was the major source of Cortez letters. This is the person who did the research, says that I used in the construction of this website, especially important, were his descriptions of the Valley of Mexico, particularly Tenochtitlan. I can't even pronounce that, yo. Tenochtitlan, and his explanations for the actions he took. We can't even pronounce these crazy names, man. These ain't our people, y'all. Cut it out. But y'all like to pick and choose the descriptions, but we're gonna get into all these European descriptions of what they found in the New World or what they call the New World. You know? So you gotta accept all of it. You can't just accept the part where they say they was dark skinned. Nah, you gotta accept everything they said. And if you don't accept it, you gotta come with not your narrative, but some primary information that is in contest with that will debunk that. Until you do that, you just talking, preaching to the choir. Let me get. All right, let me read this now. This country, this is Cortez's first letter. Um, Let me get to where I want. I'm not trying to read the whole thing. Let me get to what I wanted y'all to see. He's describing it, animals and the land and all of that right here. Um, this letter describes the physical geography of Mexico. I'm not trying to. Okay, here goes some people. He's talking about the people right here. The people who inhabit this country from the island of Cozumel. I might not pronounce all these Mexican names right, so excuse me. That's why I got you reading along with me. Let me know if you want me to make this larger. I'm sure y'all can read this in the chat. From the island of Cozumel and the Cape of Yucatan to the place where we now are. are a people of middle size with bodies and features well proportioned, except that in each province their customs differ. Some piercing the ears and putting large and ugly objects in them, and others piercing the nostrils down to the mouth. Now, Dane, Chief Holiday, I need to see y'all with some piercers. Now, I mean, you need to pierce your mouth or something, bruh. Embrace the whole culture, man. Down to the mouth. Damn. And putting in large round stones like mirrors and other piercings there under lips, down as far as their gums, and hanging from them large round stones and pieces of gold, so weighty that they pull down the lip, nether lip. I guess that's the bottom lip, and make it appear to be very deformed. The clothing, it might be the top lip. Yeah, it makes sense. That might be the I don't know. If it's the top lip, they can't talk. I don't know. It's crazy. Um, but that's what they was interested in was that weighty gold that they had in their mouth. That's what they wanted. Um, anyway, the clothing which they wear is like long veils, very curiously worked. The men wear breechcloths about their bodies and large mantles very thin and painted in the style of Moorish draperies. The women of the ordinary people wear from their waist to their feet clothes also very much painted, some covered with breasts and leaving the rest of the body uncovered. The superior women, however, wear very thin shirts of cotton, worked and made in the style of roquettes. Their food is maize, and their grain is in the other island and Potayuca, as they eat it in the island of Cuba. So we have some similarities in food. And they eat it broiled, since they do not make bread of it. They have their fishing and hunting and roasting many chickens like those in Tierra Firma, which are as large as peacocks. So these is probably turkeys they're saying that they described back then as peacocks and big birds. Were actually turkeys they were roasting. That's probably where they get the whole Thanksgiving thing from. I don't know. Um, they describing a town. All right, that's a little description right there. Um, get to another his second letter. I think it was supposed to be in the first letter though. That's crazy. Let me see. What I wanted to show you, I thought was in the first letter, but let me see. Um, this is the second letter describing the indigenous religion. Every day before they undertake any work, they burn incense in the said mosques, temples, whatever, and sometimes they sacrifice their own persons, some hacking the body with knives, and they offer up to their idols all the blood which flows, sprinkling it on all sides of those mosques, at other times throwing it up towards the heavens, and practicing many other kinds of ceremonies, so that they undertake nothing without first offering sacrifice there. Ouch. So, yo, Dane, Chief, the rest of y'all nuts, I'm gonna need this might be right up your alley though, for real, for real. What's up with your customers, man? Why y'all not doing this no more? What happened? Why y'all letting y'all customers die? These dudes were sacrificing their own peoples to the gods. Here we go. Check this one out. They have another custom horrible and abominable and deserving punishment, and which we have never before seen in any other place. And it, you hear that? They didn't see this shit in no other place but here. And it is this, that as often as they have anything to ask of their idols, in order that their petition may be more acceptable, they take many boys or girls, and even grown men and women, and in the presence of these idols, They open their breasts while they are alive and take out the hearts and entrails and burn the said entrails and hearts before their idols, offering that smoke in sacrifice to them. Wow. Y'all hear that? Do I got to read that again for y'all? Boys and girls, and even grown men and women, they sacrifice, burning their hearts and entrails. Ouch. To offer smoke for their idols. This shit is crazy, y'all. This might y'all might have a little bit of this in y'all genetics lineage. Man, y'all might have this in your DNA. So how crazy y'all be talking on YouTube, it might be possible, man. Some of us have seen this say that this is the most terrible and frightening thing to behold that has ever been seen. So frequently and so often do these Indians do this, according to our information, and partly by what we have seen in the short time we are in this country, that no years passes in which they do not kill and sacrifice 50 souls in each mosque. Damn. 50 people in each mosque. Damn. And this is practiced and held as customary from the Isle of Cozumel to the country in which we are now settled. Shit. So they pretty much saying it all around South America they practice this. The Incas, all of them. Aztecs, Mayans. Where my man the Maya dude go? Maya, you still here, man? Where you at? Let me scroll up. What was his name again? Where you at? Don't hide now, bro. Don't run now, man. Come on. What you gotta say about this one? These ain't Indians either? Yeah, King Maya of Belize. You said those were non-Indians I was describing before. What about these? These your people. Your name is Mayan, ain't it? Yeah, that's what I thought. So let me look up human sacrifices, man. I'm about to get into human sacrifice in Maya culture. My Belize homie. Oh, the family just walked in the door. Hold on for a second. Let me let them know I'm live. Let them know I'm live. I'm live, baby. Yeah. Keep it down. Keep it down. All right. All right. Now, Michael Latan, what's up, my brother? Peace, family. Aunt Carew, peace, fam. Jeff Ware, peace. All right. Now, human sacrifice in Maya culture. During the pre Columbian era, human sacrifice in Maya culture was the ritual offering of nourishment to the gods. Blood was viewed as a potent source of nourishment for the Maya deities, and the sacrifice of a living creature was a powerful blood offering. By extension, the sacrifice of a human life was the ultimate offering of blood to the gods, and the most important Maya rituals culminated in human sacrifice. Generally, only high status prisoners of war were sacrificed, with lower status captives just being used for labor. Human sacrifice among the Maya is evident from at least the classic period 250 to 900 AD, right through the final stages of the Spanish conquest in the 17th century. Mm, mm, mm. Human sacrifice among the Maya is oh, I just read that, my bad. Wow, this is just blowing my mind a little bit, man. They was doing this up until the 17th. Why'd y'all stop? What happened? Y'all be talking about Satanists and devil worshippers, but what you call this? We got a picture right here. What's this picture right here? Some archaeological evidence. Sculpture in Great Ball Court at Chichen Itza, depicting sacrifice by decapitation, which is your head getting chopped off. The figure at the left holds the severed head of the figure at the right who spouts blood in the form of serpents from his neck. Let's look at it. So they're saying this dude right here, he got a severed. I don't know if y'all can see my pointer. That's supposed to be a severed head that he's holding, and this is the head spouting out the serpents, which is supposed to be the blood coming out over here. Okay, so there you have some archaeological evidence of what they're talking about. Um, uh, Human sacrifice is depicted in classic Maya art, is mentioned in classic period hieroglyphic texts, and has been verified archaeologically by analysis of skeletal remains from the classical and post-classical 900 to 1524 AD. So y'all need to all my abos out there, you gotta debunk this information. You gotta learn how to read the hieroglyphics, the Mayan hieroglyphics, if you want to debunk this information, and debunk these archaeological finds. So skeleton remains. Additionally, human sacrifice described a number of late Maya and early Spanish colonial texts, including the Madrid Codex, the Quiche Epic Popol Vuh, the Quiche Titulu, D Tatanicapin, whatever that is, yo. The Quiche language, Rabino Aki, the annals of the Kachi. Yo, I need Sister Kaba to come on, yo. Because she can speak this stuff. Nah, that sister can speak them. It's gonna be a video coming out soon. It's gonna surprise y'all, yo. A number of methods were employed by the Maya, the most common being decapitation and the heart extraction. Additionally, forms of sacrifice include rituals shooting the victim with arrows, hurling sacrifice into deep sinkhole, entombing alive to accompany a noble burial, tying the sacrifice into a ball for a ritual reenactment of the Mesoamerican ball game, and disembowelment. God damn. These motherfuckers was ruthless, yo. That's crazy. So now they breaking down, going into detail. Yo, this is crazy, yo. They going into detail now. Of a variety of methods were used by the ancient Maya to perform human sacrifice, such as decapitation. Important rituals such as the dedication of major building projects, damn, or the enthronement of a new ruler required a human sacrifice. Yo, they was finding any reason to sacrifice people, B. And y'all talking about this white man over here, but y'all people was just finding any excuse. They made a nice little building. Yo, let's sacrifice somebody real quick, man. Wow. They got a new king, yo. We gotta make some sacrifices, y'all. Somebody gotta go. I don't know. Y'all just pick. Somebody gotta go. Mm, mm, mm. The sacrifice of an enemy king was the most prized offering, and such a sacrifice involved decapitation of the captive ruler and a ritual reenactment of the decapitation of the Maya maize god. That's the Maya maize god. Is this a black man, y'all? This might be why they was looking at the white people like they was guys coming from heaven. Look at this. Maybe that makes sense. Oh, we got my brother Jabari Osaze in the building, the Kemetic priest himself. Peace, my brother. Or should I say ETM Hotep. Welcome in peace. But yeah, let's get back to maize, the Maya maize god, y'all. So they thought Christopher Columbus and them was the maize god. I don't know. So where was I at? Here's the Maya death god. What's up with y'all culture, man? Y'all I don't hear nothing about the Maya maize god or death god no more. Y'all need to start. Y'all need to teach us about all of this, man. Y'all said we indigenous. Y'all like to talk about the so-called pyramids they got, but y'all never mention this. Why not? Y'all say we be what they call it, fantasizing about Africa and all of that, or romanticizing about Africa. But what y'all doing? Y'all don't never mention none of this stuff. Now y'all got to deal with this, yo. Make them deal with this, y'all. Share the show. You and any Aboriginal groups, like I said before, share the show to that group. Let them come in here and defend this nonsense, man. In 738 AD, the vassal king Kiak Tiliu Chan Yopat of Kuragua, I can't pronounce none of this crazy stuff, captured his overlord, whoever this dude is. A few days later, he ritually decapitated him. Such royal sacrifices were often recorded in Maya script. I'm gonna need y'all indigenous Mayans to read this script to us, man. Where y'all at? He decapitated dude with an axe. They have an axe glyph. Not it's not the net, not to be confused with the netroglyph in ancient Kemet. This is the Mayan glyph for an axe that they use to chop heads off with. The decapitation of an enemy king may have been performed as part of a ritual ball game reenactment, the victory of Maya hero twins over the gods of the underworld. So they was this shit was a game to them, yo. They was playing kickball with their head. What was they doing? These I don't know about these people, man. Now I'm not saying this to say them bring have good things they brought to the world, like they have the Mayan calendar and different foods and things. Parts of their culture is positive, but this man, y'all gotta explain yourselves with this craziness, man. This definitely ain't African. So they have it all in the art, all in their sports, everything, man. So sacrifice by decapitation is depicted in classical period Maya art and sometimes took place after the victim was tortured. So it's not enough just to take their heads off. They gotta torture them a little bit first to make it fun for the audience, I guess. Being variously beaten, scalped, burnt to disembowelment. Damn. So they burning testicles and everything, yo. Sacrifice by decapitation is depicted on reliefs at Chichen Itza and two of the ball courts, the Great Ball Court and the Manyas Ball Court. The hero twins myth recounted in the Popu Vaho relates how one of each pair of twins, the hero twins themselves and their father and uncle, was decapitated by their ball game opponents. So that's like, me and Jabari having a one-on-one game of basketball. And I win, bro. Your head gotta come off, yo. Wow. This shit crazy, man. Y'all ever play that game Boot 21? You get eliminated if you don't, somebody win the game and you don't got over 13 points, you get the boot. Well, this takes that shit to a whole nother level right here, yo. Damn. Should I keep reading? This the heart removal right here. During the post-classic period 900 to 1524 C, the most common form of human sacrifice was heart extraction, influenced by the method used by the Aztecs. So the Aztecs influenced this behavior right here. Y'all love talking about their pyramids, the architecture, but let's talk about this, man. They influenced the rest of South America to do this heart little custom, taking somebody's heart out alive. That's crazy. Damn. Influenced by the method used by the Aztecs in the Valley of Mexico, this usually took place in the courtyard of a temple or upon the summit of the pyramid temple. The sacrifice was stripped and painted blue, which was the color representing sacrifice, and was made to wear a peaked headdress. Four blue painted attendants represented the four Chayaks What's that? Cheak is the name of the Maya rain deity. With his lighting axe, Cheak strikes the clouds and produces thunder and rain. Cheak corresponds to the Tlaloc, excuse my pronunciations, fam, among the Aztecs. So because of this god right here, which is nothing but lightning and thunder, is the reason why they felt they had to sacrifice human beings, paint them blue. Mm-mm-mm. The four painted tents representing the four Cheoks of the cardinal direction stretched the sacrifice out over the convex stone that pushed the victim's chest upwards. An official referred to as a Nacum in Landis Relacion de las Casas de Yucatan used a sacrificial knife made from flint to cut into the ribs just below the victim's left breast and pull out the still beating heart. Ouch. The Nakam then pressed the heart to the officiating priest or Chilen who smeared blood upon the image of the temple's deity. Because, their deities love that blood. Depending upon the exact ritual, sometimes the four chaks would throw the corpse down the pyramid steps to the courtyard below, where it would be skinned by assistant priest, except for the hands and feet. The Chilin would then remove his ritual attire and dress himself in the skin of the sacrificial victim before performing a ritual dance that symbolized the rebirth of life. Ain't that something? Ain't that contradictory right there? You killing these people, then you going for the reason of rebirth of life. That's crazy, man. This is insane, man. There was a notably courageous warrior who had been sacrificed. Then the corpse would be cut into portions and parts would be eaten by attending warriors and other bystanders. Y'all heard me, right? If it was a courageous warrior who had been sacrificed, then the corpse would be cut into portions and parts would be eaten by attending warriors and other bystanders. So these motherfuckers was eat, they didn't cook it or nothing. While it was still beaten, they just cut it in four parts and was like, yo, give me my piece, man. I'm about to be a ill warrior right now. Where y'all at, Abos? Come on, man. We didn't know about this, man. What happened? This is your customs right here, your rituals, ancestors, ain't it? The hands and feet were given to the children who, if they had belonged to a war captive, wore the bones as a trophy. Yo, y'all talk about the Europeans and they savagery, bro. This is a whole nother level right here, yo. They wore the captive's bones as a trophy. Archaeological investigations indicate that heart sacrifice was practiced as early as the classical period. And I guess if they wanted some target practice, they just used the arrow sacrifice. They was finding any reason to sacrifice some their own people, man. This is wild, yo. Zane Montego, Hotep, peace. Thanks for tuning in. Revolutionary Visions, peace. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom type shit. Exactly. Wow. I'm not gonna read all of this, man. Y'all don't want me to read all of this. Is my brother still in here? Alan Brown, you still here, bro? Yeah, he's still here on mute. He probably busy. But yeah, man, this is basically y'all get the gist of it, man. This was some savagery right here. They played ball games and everything with the decapitated head. How y'all gonna come back from this? Huh? Here go a scene for y'all. Y'all can see this scene right here. They got artifacts to back it up, y'all. Sacrificial scene, classic period Maya vessel with scene of human sacrifice. Houseway. What y'all got to say about it? ABOS are welcome. Let me know if you want the link, ABOS. This is only the tip of the iceberg right here. I'm just playing with y'all right now. And I want y'all to see. I want y'all to see y'all customs and rituals that y'all no longer practice. Y'all said the white man stole y'all customs and everything. They stole this. They stole y'all language. I don't know how you can steal a language, but they stole everything. Mm, mm, mm. Dudes was eating the hearts and everything, man. This is crazy, yo. This is just talking about the evidence they got. Sacrificed by the heart extraction. So when they talking that crazy, we had the first pyramids and all of that. What you using the pyramids for? To sacrifice your people and 50 people in them? To give your sky god and your air and thunder and lightning god some blood of a human? And we talking about some not no low class humans. They were high noblemen of your tribe. We want the best to sacrifice to our God. No doubt they don't want to join. I know. Right, Sutek, Haru. Now we got the human sacrifice during Spanish conquest. I'm not gonna read all of this, man. Y'all got the gist. Y'all got the point. So you don't need to go into all of that, man. But I'm just saying that's y'all want to give up African. Y'all want to take this for some reason. Talking about they got the oldest pyramids. What they call them pyramids? Them ain't no damn pyramids. Alright. So my brother Rob Bourne left. Ain't no abos coming in. It's a Friday, so I guess I'm off. I guess I can finish this early. So thank y'all for tuning in. Don't let them run from this, yo. This is their culture, you know. So that's it. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy it. I'm about to be out. Enjoy your night. Be safe out there. Right, Zane. Those ain't no pyramids. Uh-oh. Alan, Rabon, you want to say something before I jet?
Nah, I mean,
Unless you got something else to present.
I think you hit a good point when you was talking about the Mayan glyphs, which none of them never talk about. They
Right.
like to show like the pictures and be like, oh look, this person is black, that's us, but they never want to go into the translation of the glyphs on what exactly these people were doing, what their creation story is, and where they said they come from.
Yeah.
So I think that you did a good thing. I don't got really too much to add on to that, but you did your thing.
The white
It's
man
just
stole all of that, I guess. I don't
it's
know.
just
He stole it.
you can't steal it because you can't say they didn't decipher Mayan. It's there. So
Right.
if you want to point to the Pamak temples, look at them. They're dark skinned. They're black. All right. So who's Lord Windnine? Who's these dudes on the wall? What did they do? Who are they? You pointing to them. All right. What was they doing? They that picture that you like to show. They're sacrificing people.
Bingo. Bingo. Y'all got to deal with this, man. Stop running. Don't let them beat you in the head with all of that preaching. Get to some
Oh,
facts, yo.
I think it's bad. I think it's good, man. Yo, you know what you should do before you leave? Hold up, before you leave, we gotta do this.
All right.
'Cause we had our brother Chief Holiday in the back chat. I wish it was live. So he likes to talk about the African burial ground and how it was named Negro or whatever. So I'll let him have that. I said, I'm gonna let you have that. Can you show me what Indian tribe artifact was found in any of those finds. Can't show it to me. So then
Hmm.
he goes to the argument. Well, Negroes were called Indians. I say yes, they was. We know that already. So what does the word Negro mean? He said Negro means black. You got to go to the etymology of the word. So can you do this real quick before you get off? Go to etymology online and just pop in Negro. Go to the noun, please.
I got you. Let me share my screen. Chief Holiday, I know you. I know you watching. Yeah.
Go to noun, please.
Uh,
He said that they changed it in the 1800s. In the 1800s, that's when they changed it, and they made the black and Indians. They made the Negro. I said okay. So before the 1800s, it wasn't applying to no Africans and no, they just made it apply to Africans in the 1800s. I said okay. In the 1800s, okay.
yeah. Chief is known to be saying some outlandish type
Then
stuff
he
though.
goes to show me America. He's like, you gotta go to the etymology of America. You gonna go to etymology online. Oh, so that's the source you want to use. Yeah, etymology online is good, right? He was like, yeah. So no Negro before 1800 applying to Africans. No. I said, okay.
Wow.
Well, let's take a look. And then he
Yeah. Let's
goes,
look at it right
let's
now.
take a look.
Let's look at it right now, Chief. Screen share. Let me see. Uh, why ain't it showing? Hold on. Ah, there you go. Let me know when y'all can see this in the chat. Hit a one when you see this etymology of the
No, no.
word Negro. Not that one.
Go to go to etymology online.
Oh, etymology online. All right.
Yeah. That's their favorite source when they look up the word maroon and you gotta go to the etymology of the word. Okay. We gonna go to the etymology on the word.
This one right here.
Yeah, erase Negro.
Erase me. Oh, just type it in when I get there.
Yeah.
Uh, all right, they can see the screen.
Yeah,
And
we
type
see
in
them.
Negro. Okay, here we go. Go ahead, Alan. Do your thing.
Go to noun. Pop noun up. Right there, the first one. Yeah, blow that up.
All right.
Bingo. What do we have here? What does that first paragraph say?
Can y'all see this real good in the chat? Let me make sure I'm presenting it though, because I see my icon is showing. Hold on.
First, yeah, I see it. First sentence.
I
Member
gotta
of a
make sure they see it though. Hold on. Let me
okay.
make sure they see it. All right, they should see it now. Go ahead, bro.
Negro. Member of black skin race of Africa. Let me read that again. Member of black skin race of Africa, 1550s. From Spanish or Portuguese, Negro, black, from Latin, etc. You can keep reading on. Don't have to, but
Yeah, you basically
Chief,
killed him with
your
the first few
argument.
words.
Yo, so let's use their other dictionary they like to use America. Pull up um, um the Webster's 1828 dictionary. Their other favorite dictionary. So that's the 1550s right there.
They
They
got
telling
favorites,
you,
but they don't even read them though. That's crazy.
yeah. Pull up no Webster's 1828 dictionary.
All right. 1828. Yep.
Yeah.
Here we go. Negro
Put
again.
Negro in there. But here we go again. Put Negro in there. What we got? What we got for you?
Let me make it larger so you can see it. Here we go.
What that say?
Negro noun. It is remarkable that our common people retain the exact Latin pronunciation of this word "nigger," a native or descendant of the black race of men in ding 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 Africa, yo.
Say it again. Keep reading.
Okay, a native or descendant of the black race of men in Africa. The word is never applied to the tawny or olive colored inhabitants of the northern coast of Africa, but to the more southern race of men who are quite black.
Damn. So, Chief, if you want to keep calling it the Negro burial ground, which was, from the 1700s, uh, go right ahead. I have no problem with it. Just show me the Indian tribe artifacts. You want to say, yes, Lenapes was in the area, but show me the Lenape artifacts or the bodies they found in there. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
But
Yo,
like I
do you
said,
want that?
go ahead.
Hold up. Do you want that video with me in the burial ground? You want to do that, or you want to end it?
If I do that, I'm gonna have to go to my other program because uh, Google Hangouts it gets real low the volume, so it ain't gonna be able to hear it real good.
Oh, they're not gonna be able to hear it. Okay.
Nah, but no, what I could do, we could probably do a stream one day this weekend, and I'll call you up while I'm on the stream so you could be in there too, and we could just show that video.
Yeah, man. And it's weird that they talk about this and never been to none of them. You act like that's the only African burial ground. Like,
Right? They don't talk about the one in Philly, but they
I,
also they different the Howard students. Like I said in another video, that the students of Howard University, black students, did forensics on the African burial ground in New York City, and they showed the West African shaved teeth and all of that. So
yeah,
show
I
us the
got. Hold
Indians or
up.
Native Americans with shaved teeth as a ritual. Show us that.
Yeah, sure right. It does. Right, it does. Hold on, I got some more for you. We gonna show them the African burial ground in Rhode Island. We gonna go over
Oh,
there. We gonna have a little. We gonna take a little tour.
you breaking up a little bit,
So
bro.
I'm gonna put this in the back, right? You can show your screen from the. You can hear me.
Yeah,
You can show your screen from the back, right?
the back chat. Let me see.
I'm gonna put something back there.
Let me
Me ain't
close
even
some of
gotta
these
go.
windows.
Me ain't even gotta go. I'm just gonna throw this kid for you, bro.
You shared it yet?
I'm gonna give it to you right now. Give me 1 second.
Damn, man, you breaking up. Sound like RoboCop.
Hold on. Let me unplug this thing. What about now?
You sound good.
All right, I'm about to throw this back there for you. Give me 1 more second. Couple more.
All right.
Uh, Come on, give it to me. Yeah, yeah, man. That was pretty good though, man. Sacrificing.
Yeah, I've been wanting to let that out for a minute now because they be get hit me and hitting people in the head with that pyramid stuff, but don't never show this, man. Come on, man.
Yeah,
I
let's
should do.
talk
I would
about.
do one
I
on the
mean,
videos on the on. I would do one on the pyramids too, but that ain't really gaining no headway like that.
yeah,
I
that would be
might do it. I
that
might
would
do
be
it.
that would be dope. Yeah, I just put this. I'm putting it back there now, brother,
All right, I'm back there now waiting.
so they can see the book first. You know what I'm saying where I'm pulling from.
All right, I see that. Okay,
You show people the book.
show the book first.
Yeah, on there.
Okay, fam. Thanks for tuning in, y'all, on this Friday. Shoot your shot Friday. Nobody's taking the ball to shoot though. It's all good. Well, here's the book, y'all. Hopefully, y'all can see that right now. It might be a little delay.
Yeah, so that book right there is called African American Historic Burial Grounds and Grave Sites of New England. So on a lot of these grave sites, the one I'm talking about here is called God's Little Acre. You can go look up God's Little Acre. And again, these are these people who are free, burying themselves and telling you who they are. And look what they going about to tell you who they are in their own tombstone. And
Right, because
pull up the next.
they didn't have segregated graveyards back then, so they was like, yeah, we can have our own graveyard. So that's basically how it started. Let me
All right,
see.
and pull up the next page on it.
All right. Uh
I'm just gonna stay right there.
uh. Y'all see that? I'm showing my I'm showing my chat and everything.
So
Y'all
the
see that, right?
tombstone
Okay.
says, "Sacred to the memory of Amos Fortune, who was born free in Africa, slave in America. He purchased his liberty, professed Christianity, lived in Republic, and died, hopefully, November 17th, 1801."
Daggers. Nowhere to run to,
These are
baby.
artifacts. This is a very good book because it tells you the history of them, and then it has a lot of those graves, especially over there in Rhode Island, because that's where you have that African Union Society,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a society is founded by a person called Newport Gardner and Salomon Nuba. They have Akan names that you can see on the graves. Nice little history there, but we'll get to that later. But this is just a little primer.
A
While
little
you play
something.
around, while you keep playing around with the one African burial ground that you know about, we gonna be going in on all of them. We gonna be in Brooklyn. Hello. We gonna be in Queens. We ain't even get to Staten Island. We gonna be all over. It's okay, buddy. So while y'all catch up, I hope you learn it because you're gonna have a lot of stuff to play. So you can get your Negro term is dead.
Next. What y'all got next? So y'all
Oh,
can.
hold up. Wait a minute. No, we ain't done yet. This is the last one. We gotta kill all the Negro claims. So I'm gonna put it right here. We're gonna talk about Negro de Terra and Negro de Guinea. The dudes who use the term Negro de Terra, which means Negro, the Negroes in Brazil. Guinea to talk about the Negroes from Guinea, of course, and West Africa. But we got to get to this, so you can show the people this book right here, and so they know where I'm getting this from. And then give me one second
You
because I
breaking
gotta
up.
go
Unless
to
that's
this
just me,
page
you
real
breaking
quick.
up. All
I
right.
have it underlined, so I'm good. Oh, you hear me?
Oh, you put it in there already?
You
Yeah, I hear you. You good?
you can hear me?
Yeah, you breaking up a little bit.
All right, give me one more last week.
Uh,
I'm breaking.
nah, you good right now.
All right, give me one more second. I gotta get these pages in here so they can get this, so they can get together,
Well, I'm gonna
so
share my screen.
so they can see that book. Y'all need that book so y'all can understand what y'all talking about when y'all talking about these people being labeled as Indians or Negroes being labeled as Indians and what happened. So give me 1 second, dog. I always spell it wrong. Negro.
And while you looking for that, I'm gonna just show this document.
Yeah,
Um,
get it in.
let me see. Make sure it's sharing. Yeah, it's sharing. This is a document that I want my brothers at New Black Knowledge for us to go through at least once a week. It's a large document from the National Humanities Center Resources Toolbox. This might be the wrong one. Hold on. Oh no, this is it. Immigration and colonization. The debate among African Americans from 1780 to 1860. The brother Truth Historian went through this with Sineb, brother Sineb, and your brother Rob Bourne that's on the phone now. But I want to go through the whole document because it'll put a rest to a lot of these crazy Pan African claims that they got about Pan Africanism and how it's Boaz and what was the other guy, Herskowitz, whatever. came up with Pan Africanism and gave it to us like we that gullible to just accept anything. And this is my favorite dude, right? Dagger right here for them. Because it happened before these dudes was born, 1787. Anthony Taylor, like my brother Rob Bourne was just talking about, from Newport, Rhode Island, in a fundraising letter that he wrote January 1787, y'all. As president of the Free African Union Society, the same society my brother was talking about with the graveyard, African graveyards, a mutual benefit organization of free blacks in Newport, Anthony Taylor sends this letter to potential white supporters of an African colony for free blacks. So I'm not gonna read it because we already read it. But this is just a document that I did want to read one of them. But I'm gonna let my brother Rob Bourne do his thing first.
All right,
I
so
just
you
want to
got
go
that.
through this document, yo. This document is ill right here.
Yeah, we gonna go through that. We can go through that some more. We can wash them up some more. But I want to get this in here.
Let's go.
All right, hold on.
You
Give me
put it
one
back there
second.
yet? All right.
Yeah, I'm about to put it right now. Regarding is used some American Indian people.
What's up, brothers?
Oh, okay. What's up, sis? We got the
Yeah, I'm
African
finally,
goddess in the building.
yeah, I'm finally home now. If I get comfortable.
All
What's
right.
today's lesson plan?
We just
Are you ready?
going in on the apples a little bit.
Okay.
You ready for me? Put
Yeah.
this one first. The one I just put there.
All right. Here we go. Share screen. Put this one first. Bingo.
All right. So before I get to the underline part, I'm just gonna read that part. First part. It says, "Yet can one assume that the use of the term Negro, as used in the 16th and 17th centuries, referred to people of African descent, while the term Negro is often interpreted in our modern time to mean people of African descent. 16th century Spanish definition of the term are shrouded in ethnic and racial ambiguity, as the word Negro was not synonymous with African." So this is what one of the arguments you guys say, which is correct, but
Hmm.
the history and how you tell it is not correct. The earliest use of the term can be traced to the medieval Italy and the Iberian Peninsula. People were classified in diverse categories, among which were Nero, Negri, Negro, Petro, Black. Negro or any of its associated terms did not denote a particular race, ancestry, or ethnicity. It was usually a simple description for a perceived color or appearance. Now, to the favorite terms that you guys like to use. Regarding its use as a descriptor for American Indian people, Europeans often referred to the indigenous populations of their various colonies as Negroes. For example, in the Portuguese colony of Brazil, Indians were called Negro de Terra in Brazil, meaning Negroes of the land. And Africans were called Negroes de Guinea, meaning blacks of Guinea. Put this second
Hmm.
page in, and then we'll wrap it up from here.
All right. That makes sense because the tropical places that you find is gonna have dark skinned people, so they're the dark skinned Indians basically. They call them the Negro.
Exactly.
Hold on.
Yeah, on the cake while it gets interesting.
All right. Just put another one back there.
Yeah, page 68. Yeah, throw that up.
All right. What you put in there or the one before that?
The last one I just put in.
All right.
It should say page 68 on it. You got that?
Yeah, my screen kind of small, so let me make it a little bigger for
I
me.
can read it.
I'll make it bigger so they can read along.
All right. Is Sharon?
Nah, it ain't sharing yet. I'm making it a little bigger first.
Okay.
Perfect. All right. Let me share. I had to stop the share button 'cause I don't want everybody to see all the hangouts I'm in, yo. I done stepped up and showed y'all my hangouts, my hangout game. All right. All right. Sharing it now. There we go. Present to everyone.
Okay, cool. So it says at times Portuguese authorities use the terms Indo and Negro interchangeably when referring to the native population of Brazil. This practice continued into the early 18th century. However, by the mid 18th century, when slavery in the region became increasingly Africanized, the Portuguese
Say that
authorities
again. Say that
issued
again.
the huh?
Say that again.
However, by the mid 18th century, when slavery in the region became increasingly Africanized, the Portuguese authorities issued a decree that the term Negro would no longer be used for Indians, but for African slaves exclusively. By this time, many of the Negro de Terra were mixed bloods.
Don DeMarco. There you have it, family. Nowhere to run to, baby.
So, like, yo, it's that you guys have an argument, but you're not explaining the story correctly on when did this term refer to Indians. Did they know a difference between Indians and Africans? And why was the name applied to them?
Right.
Now, when you start talking about this grand scheme of, oh, they did this to change the census and take the land, and no, that's not what happened. They used, so you talking about one people, the Portuguese, and they're only, this is one group of slavers that is
Right.
talking about Brazil. That's their name. That's not everybody. That's not even talking about North America, who you claim you are, because you was always here.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't use it to do some paper genocide at this particular time period because they had their Pacific territories. And when you get to the census, which is bananas to me, is the purpose of the census was never created to take an account of all the people in America.
Right.
At that time, there was no America. There was only colonies. So when it tells you in the Constitution where it says specifically that they're not counting Indians not taxed, that means that those Indians are not in the territories that are controlled by those Europeans at that time. Meaning they have nothing to do with the mechanism of politics. So the mechanism of politics when you paying taxes, meaning that you're able to vote in those colonies. The Indian
Mm-hmm.
was neither a slave nor a free person, according to them. They was just people of that Pacific land over there in their own specific territories that they didn't care about because they didn't have it yet. So
Right.
yes, later on down the line, when you get to Oklahoma, when they pushed the Indians out on that what became later the Trail of Tears, yes, Negroes came in that era, but that's a whole different other bill because that's dealing with what you call who the Exodus are, and that's the first place we went after Reconstruction, and there was something done to remove those Indians from that territory, and black people became and built their account. See, y'all dudes just be playing around, man.
Playing.
Well, we'll be back on the weekend so I can beat you guys up some more. Give you some truth. You'll be back. This
Right.
is on the fly. I just came on. My man was on. I said, let me add on to the bit.
I had some free time. I was on the fly too. I didn't really organize nothing. I just wanted to go in on the human sacrifices. But yeah, you killed them with that right there, bro. That just goes to show how they pick and choose information. Don't go through all the material, and they're gonna keep running into this problem until you stop being lazy and read all the material. You want to be a teacher? Read all the material, fam. Stop picking and choosing what you want to Google and find out about. Read all of it, yo. So you can really teach the people something for real, instead of playing games.
Niggas took Negro de Terra. That meant everybody.
Yeah.
Ah,
So yeah, fam, thanks for tuning in, y'all. Much love to the African family. You know, we're gonna stay on top with this real scholarly information. I'm not a scholar. I'm just a researcher, but I'm trying to give you the best research I can give you and not no BS. And it's an African custom is when you a student, you ain't supposed to be all out here trying to teach people. You got to sit back and learn how to shut your mouth and ask if you could even say something. So we need to get back to that part because some of y'all don't need to. YouTube done got people crazy. Yo. Just keep it on the L. African goddess, you want to say something before we jet out of here, sis?
Yes. In a couple more days, another presentation will be uploaded onto MBK. That's all about Charlotte Fortune.
That's gonna be some fire right there. Wait till y'all see this video we got coming from the sister. It's gonna be some real good info when she put her work in to do it. So I hope y'all appreciate it and show her love when she
Yeah.
comes and shows.
Any questions? Any questions in the chat, Judy?
Look. Uh, now I don't really see no. Hold up. Now I don't see no questions, man. Um, yeah, I take Dane's name out of it. I'm not really scared to get flagged. That's why I did on this channel. This is my banging channel a little bit. I'm not scared to get flagged over here, nothing like that, man. So yeah, let the brother see it and let his fans cry and tag me, try to flag me and all that craziness. If they're just gonna show how feminine they are and childish they are. So it's all good. Like I
Yeah,
said,
I think
thank
that's a
y'all.
little weird.
Go ahead.
People really be like flagging people channels because of information they don't like. If that's the case, don't tune to it.
Right, that's childish, yo.
That's more than childish. My
Oh,
siblings want to do that, and they're
where's
like in
this?
their teens.
Where's this live on? This on your channel, Judy?
Yeah, it's on my joint.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little we a little more free spirited over here, yo. Just don't let true story and find out we over here banging, and it's all good. All right, y'all. We had fun. We'll be back hopefully this weekend with some more info for y'all. Hit that bell. This is just an extension of New Black Knowledge. You know, teams win, and that's my team right there because we get it in. All right, y'all. Peace. Enjoy your weekend. I'm out. One.
Yeah, buddy.